Okay, so again, primarily through the media. I mean, things have changed since Elon bought X. Things have changed with your videos. I'm genuinely a huge fan of yours. The things you are doing to show transparency inside the European Parliament are life-changing. Sir, truthfully, you're a hero. Before this, before you, there's not a single person on the planet who even cared about European Parliament. And I'm talking about me, someone who's interested in politics. If they said, have you seen European Parliament today? I'd be like, no, bunch of clowns. Nobody was even interested because we knew it was a joke. The average young person has no interest in this garbage, which allows them to get away with whatever they want to get away with, if they had any control at all, which perhaps you know more than me. But if BlackRock want to push us into war in Ukraine so they can have control over the fertile lands of Ukraine, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is a well-known fact. BlackRock will be behind lending money to Ukraine. It's a loan, so that if they win, Ukraine has to repay the loan. And of course, Ukraine has no money, doesn't even have a currency. So they repay it with assets. What's the only asset they have? Fertile land. Is BlackRock trying to do that to make more money? Perhaps, but they have a lot of money. Primarily, they're doing that, I believe, to have more control, more power. If they own all the fertile lands in Ukraine, they're going to have control over the next politician who's in charge of Ukraine, no matter who he is. And that's what they want. The whole world has only ever been a battle for power and influence. So how does BlackRock, how do these very deeply entrenched,
but
how do they control politicians? I'll answer.
How they are going to repay, let's say in a hypothetical war, Ukraine, their debt that they own to these countries with land?
What else are they going to repay it with? Taxes? They don't even have an economy.
I don't know. It's an interesting...
Yeah, they're going to repay it with land. They're going to repay it with their natural resources. And they're going to repay it, most importantly, with their compliance. They're going to repay it with the same way the mafia makes you obey. You owe us money, so you better do this. It doesn't matter if Zelensky lives or dies. The next person who comes in owes a lot of money to very powerful interests, and you better obey. So this is what I was saying earlier, how about it's not about money. They don't care about getting a return on their investment. They want the influence. And it's the same.
But as a byproduct, they get even more return on their investment.
Of course they do. Of course, absolutely. But primarily...
With more power as well and influence.
Absolutely. But primarily in their mind, they're not chasing money. They're not saying, oh, I'll give them $100 billion, I'll get $105 billion back. They'll say, I'll give them $100 billion, I'll have influence, I'll have control, I'll get them to do whatever I want, and I can rape them for money later. They have money. I'm talking from a person who doesn't have anywhere near $100 billion. I don't care about money. It's like, how much money to make them obey? Sure.